When it comes to fantasy anime, every season brings something new to get excited about. From magical adventures to dark twists that flip classic tropes on their head, the upcoming 2026 fantasy lineup has a little bit of everything. Whether you're into revolutionary journeys, high-stakes battles, or worlds crafted with incredible detail, these shows deliver it all. So, let's count down the top 10 most anticipated fantasy anime you need to add to your watch list. Number 10. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. The story follows Tsuyoshi Makoto, who's accidentally summoned to a fantasy realm during a hero ritual. But unlike the other summoned heroes, he only receives one strange ability, the power to order goods from an online supermarket. It sounds useless at first, but that skill ends up changing everything. Makoto's cooking turns modern ingredients into meals that heal, buff, and even tame legendary beasts. Season 1 blended travel, cooking, and small adventures into something surprisingly relaxing. And now, Season 2 builds on that with new characters, including a tiny pixie dragon who joins the group. What makes this show so fun is its simplicity. It's a fantasy world full of monsters and magic, but the heart of it is shared meals and cozy moments. If you're looking for a warm, easygoing isekai that makes you smile instead of stress, this one's a perfect pick. Number 9. Let This Grieving Soul Retire. This story follows Cry Andre, a treasure hunter who once made a vow with his childhood friends to become the strongest heroes in the world. But early on, Cry realizes he's not cut out for the danger and glory of treasure hunting. Even so, expectations keep rising, and he somehow becomes famous as a leader of the most powerful party, despite just wanting to retire. He's known for being weak, yet keeps pulling off high-risk missions thanks to pure luck, misunderstandings, and improvisation, all while being surrounded by overpowered allies. Now, with Season 2 on the way, you can expect more chaotic relationships, more treasure hunting, and more trouble, as Cry's desperate desire to quit keeps clashing with the legendary reputation he never meant to earn. It's a fantasy packed with comedy and action, but also just enough heart, as Cry tries to carve out peace in the middle of the madness. If you like adventure stories with awkward charm and plenty of laughs, this one's definitely for you. Number 8. Freiren, Beyond Journey's End. The story begins after the Demon King has already been defeated, when the adventure is supposed to be over. Freiren, an elven mage, outlives her human companions and realizes too late that she never truly understood the shortness of their lives, or how much she wishes she had known them better. The first season followed her journey with new companions, Fern and Stark, as she gradually opened up and reflected on the meaning of the bonds she once had. Season 2 continues that journey north, introducing new places and new faces that remind Freiren just how much the world has changed since her greatest adventure 50 years ago. If you're looking for a heartfelt fantasy, Freiren is a story of memory, regret, and the quiet beauty of finding meaning in every step of the journey. Number 7. Fate, Strange Fake. Even if you've never seen a Fate anime before, the premise is pretty simple. Mages summon legendary heroes from history and myth to fight in a secret battle known as the Holy Grail War. But in Strange Fake, something goes wrong. The ritual to summon these heroes isn't complete, distorting the rules and triggering a fake war where nothing works the way it's supposed to. Masters and servants don't follow the usual patterns, and some heroes defy expectations entirely. It's that kind of unpredictability that makes this anime so exciting. You still get the epic battles between iconic figures like in any other Fate series, but this time there's more mystery, more chaos, and more surprises. If you're looking for a fantasy anime with massive fights and twists you won't see coming, Fate, Strange Fake is absolutely worth checking out. Number 6. Chained Soldier. The story takes place in Japan after mysterious gates called the Mato began opening, unleashing monsters known as Shuki into the world. To fight them, women gain special powers by drawing on the energy inside these gates. But there's a catch. Those powers usually come with harsh conditions. The main character, Yuki, gets pulled into the conflict when he forms a contract with the powerful female soldier. In battle, he becomes her slave, which sounds harsh, I know, but it's what allows him to fight alongside her. The series is packed with brutal action, dangerous monsters, and the constant sense that every decision carries real weight. If you're in a dark fantasy with high stakes and characters pushed to their limits, Chained Soldier is definitely worth a watch. Number 5. my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero's. This one puts a twist on the classic summon to another world setup by assigning the seemingly weak job class of assassin to a man who quietly turns out to be far stronger than anyone expects. The protagonist, Akira, navigates palace politics, skeptical classmates, and a web of conspiracies, all while possessing a very particular set of lethal skills. The fun comes from watching a character, who's supposed to stay behind the scenes, completely surpass expectations. The adaptation delivers both the thrill of a power fantasy and the cleverness of a protagonist who gets results without big speeches or flashy battles. If you enjoy fantasy with a slower pace and a hero who works from the shadows, this anime is a must-watch. Number 4. Ascendance of a Bookworm, adopted daughter of an archduke. The story follows a young woman named Mine who loved books in her past life but is reborn into a fantasy world where books are rare and only nobles can afford them. Since she can't live without reading, she decides to make books herself, starting from scratch with things like paper and ink. Along the way, her inventions and ideas gradually begin to reshape the world around her. In the upcoming arc, Mine is adopted into the family of an archduke, bringing her closer to her dream, but also pulling her into noble politics and responsibilities she never asked for. Ascendance of a Bookworm is all about turning small ideas into big changes, told with a slow, cozy vibe that makes it absolutely worth watching. Number 3. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. Iruma Suzuki, an ordinary human boy, gets sold to a demon and ends up being adopted as his grandson, which lands him in a demon school where he has to keep his true identity a secret. Even though Iruma is just a regular kid, his kindness and quick thinking keep winning people over, often by accident. What starts as a struggle to survive classes and exams slowly turns into a journey of building friendships and earning respect in the demon world. The next season arrives in 2026 and will continue his story with new challenges and plenty of hilarious moments. If you're looking for an unpredictable fantasy that also delivers great comedy, Iruma-kun is a perfect pick. Number 2. Wistoria, Wand and Sword. The story follows a boy named Will Serfert who dreams of becoming a great mage, despite having no magic at all. In a world where magic defines strength and status, Will is often seen as a failure and constantly underestimated. To fight back, he trains with a sword and works harder than anyone else to prove he belongs. The first season showed him struggling to survive at a magic academy, standing up to rivals who believe he doesn't deserve a place there. Now, in season 2, the stakes are rising, with tougher challenges and stronger enemies that push Will to grow as both a fighter and a leader. Wistoria is a classic underdog story about grit and determination, perfect for anyone who loves a fantasy where hard work beats natural talent. And finally, number 1. Sentenced to be a hero. In this world, criminals sentenced to death are forced to become heroes. They're thrown straight onto the battlefield to fight powerful enemies, and even if they die, they're revived and sent back into the war again. The story follows one of these unlucky heroes, balancing intense monster battles with the harsh reality of a system that treats people like disposable tools. It's a darker kind of fantasy that doesn't shy away from the cost of survival, but it also highlights the bonds formed between those trapped in the same brutal cycle. If you're looking for something unique that makes you think while still delivering big action, Sentenced to be a Hero absolutely deserves a spot on your watch list. And that's going to be it for today. Which of these upcoming fantasy anime are you most excited to watch? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the list, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more anime top 10 videos just like this one.